So today is Monday, and a lot of people are having a hard time getting motivation to get up and go spend the day doing whatever they have to do. I don't really have that problem. I like Mondays. I think it's a great way to start off right. You get to start all over again. Doesn't matter what happened last week, doesn't matter what happened over the weekend. It is your day to start again. I also don't have to wake up at the crack of dawn to get to work because I'm a student, so yeah, it's all good all around. So, what I wanted to start doing now that I've kind of got the hang of YouTube and other social media outlets, I wanted to start finding kind of a schedule of how I'm recording and uploading videos. And there's one thing that I think was really helpful to me when I started really looking into YouTube and going to YouTube for the answers to the universe. And one of the things that really helped me was there were these two girls that had a YouTube channel going, the Diamonds on Deck 76, I believe. And I started watching, they had Military Mondays, and it was a huge help for me when I was just starting to learn about military life and what it meant to be really far away from your significant other for long periods of time. And it gave me just a little bit of information from the side of a military significant other, and to be able to use that information to kind of take a deep breath and move forward with everything I had to do here at home. One of the problems I had with this YouTube channel that I had started watching was that by the time I found it, they had stopped recording like 2 months before that. One of them was pregnant, and so their lives got super, super busy, and one thing led to another, and they haven't posted since. They gave me a lot of information on the things that I was going through at the time, and that was awesome. But I would really like to continue that tradition, and I'm learning as I go, and hopefully I can give some of that information to somebody else and one day be the help that they were for me. The idea is to do a Military Monday on the first Monday of every month, and hopefully I'll have some good information for you and it can come in handy for somebody. So the first thing I want to do is kind of give you some background so that you know what my story is, you know where I'm coming from. I'm very new to military life. I don't consider myself to know basically anything yet, but as I learn, I'm hoping that I can help somebody else learn or give them a heads up for what might be coming. So my husband had a very long advanced training. His advanced training, I think, took a year and like 3 months in total. It was in two parts. In the first part, he was here where I'm going to school for a year, and so I met him. He'd been here for a while, and things just clicked really well, and we got along really well. Shortly after we were engaged, he was sent to his last portion of advanced training. His last section of advanced training was 2 or 3 months. Part of that was Christmas, so he did get to go home for a week. So he was gone for 3 weeks, and then I got to go to his family's for Christmas and see him for 2 weeks before he had to go back. And it was 7 months until I saw him again. I saw him for a week. We got married one more week, and then he went back. So he has been over there since basically last Thanksgiving. So it's in the past year, I've seen him a total of 4 weeks. That has kind of been a learning curve. I think that's what I'm going to focus on for this video, is dealing with how to be far away from your significant other. And I have a pretty lucky case because while he may be overseas, he's not deployed. He's just stationed over there. He works a pretty steady job. He's not having crazy hours, well, considering military life. But I get a chance to at least message him almost every day. We try and video chat here and there. And I guess, I have it pretty lucky for, military life. It could be a whole lot worse. But I expect to basically never be able to talk to him, and so every time I get to talk to him is kind of exciting for me, especially if I get to see him in a video chat or if he gets time to give me a call or something. So that's always super fun. I'm pretty excited because I am going to be done with school next month. That's weird to say, but I am. And then after that, I'm going to go stay with my mom until all the paperwork is ready to go and I get to go see him again. And I can basically, I'm going to move and live in another country for like 2 years. So that's going to be kind of exciting and should be an adventure, if nothing else. So that's my story and kind of what's going on in general. Now, onto the actual video. I've learned that there's a couple things I can do to keep myself excited and happy and in good spirits, even when I'm really, really missing him and having not so great a day. So, the first thing is to keep busy, and this seems like a no brainer, but it's actually a lot harder than I thought it would be. So, the first thing is keeping busy, which seems like it would be pretty easy, but it actually is a lot harder than it sounds. With school and before when I was working, I had so much going on that I didn't plan anything because my schedule was crazy. But then I would have whole days or weekends where I have nothing to do because I'm just waiting for my next class or my next day that I'm scheduled for work. I'm here for school and my friends are a little over an hour away, so it just kind of gets discouraging to have to go that far. And I'm the only one out here, so it doesn't make sense for anybody to come out this way. It makes more sense for me to go that way. So staying busy has actually been kind of difficult. Now that I'm getting ready to move, that makes it a little bit easier because every time I start missing him, I just grab a box and start packing. Another thing that can help this is to find a project. I did scrapbooking. I learned how to knit. Projects I've been working on for school, made a new headboard, a TV stand, a menu board, which sounds weird, but it's kind of cool. So that's kind of helped me to keep going as I have various projects that I'll work on. Now that the holidays are coming up, one of the projects that you can work on is making Christmas presents. Pinterest has become my best friend when it comes to finding projects, especially on a budget or with no money at all, just with things around the house. Another thing I've found helpful is figuring out how you like to count down the days. One thing that was really nice for me is that when I was looking at my 7-month stretch, 7 months seemed like a really long time. He liked to have it in days because then you got to like take a number off every day, so the number was constantly changing. I liked having it in weeks because the number seemed small enough, kind of like when you have it in months, that it's a small number, it doesn't seem that bad, but it's a month. That's a long time. So for me, I liked it in weeks because the number was still small, but I got to kind of cross a number off every week. And so every week I'd say, oh, it's this many weeks. Oh, it's 22, 21, 20. And it was easier for me to count down without feeling like the number was huge as if I counted with days. Another thing that really helped me with the distance is keeping my communication with him really strong. We message almost every day and we get to video chat a couple of times a week. I'm pretty lucky this way, but another thing that I've found is really nice that every once in a while, if I'm really missing him, I just sit down and write him a letter. I try to keep them in high spirits because I don't want to send him a letter of me writing, I'm so sad, I miss you so much, this is awful. He gets it 2 weeks later and I'm totally fine. He's reading this letter of how sad I was. So I try to keep in good spirits. One way to do that is to do open win letters. So it's like open when you have something you want to celebrate, open when you need a laugh, open when you miss me the most, and then you write based on that theme. It kind of keeps you in line as to not feeling so down and letting your writing kind of turn that way. Another thing that I've done is I've sent him multiple boxes. I posted a video recently on sending a Thanksgiving box, so you can check that out. It also explains the way that I found is cheapest and easiest to send a box, especially when they're overseas. It's fun for me because I get to decorate the inside of the box, so it's another project that you can work on. Another thing that really helped me was that I talk to my mom almost every day. Being able to talk to somebody, especially somebody that I'm close to, like a friend or a family member, is really helpful. So my camera stopped working, so I had to switch to a new camera. So I hope some of these can help somebody get through some hard times and get through being far away from a significant other. Have a wonderful Monday.